channel. I'm Taylor, and today we are going over our October book club pick, One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. I think this book had a lot of very interesting elements. I really loved the dark, like spooky forest vibe. I thought the atmosphere, setting, the spooky, eerie vibe would be perfect for October. I'm currently watching Yellow Jackets with my boyfriend, so I love like something's going on with the forest. You know what I mean? Like that kind of vibe. I've never read a book where two characters are like essentially one. So like he's like living in her mind. He, the nightmare, reminds me of the cat from Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, which is so spooky. Like right before the monster like turns into the cat. Like at first I felt like he was very sassy, and I was like, love him, absolutely love him. Then he started to get a little scary. He started to get a little spooky, and I was not loving that. I was starting to get the vibe that maybe he hated her. The cards aspect of the magic system was very interesting, but I'm also still like kind of confused on the magic system. Like I don't really understand how the infection works. I feel like the mechanics of it all could have been a little bit clearer. The love interest, Raven, I felt like that was really rushed. There could have been like more maybe tension leading up to like their moment as a couple. Also, like I've seen people describe it as an enemies to lovers. I would say it's more like a fake dating trope than enemies to lovers. I think overall, it just felt really thin for a fantasy book. I haven't decided if I'm going to read the next book or not because of the ending. I don't think that she's in the second book. Maybe she comes back at the end, I don't know. But like, I don't know if I want to read it if it's like a different character, because I did really like her. I felt like some of the plot twists were maybe a little predictable, and I've said before that I don't think that I am the best at spotting predictability. I knew who the Shepherd King was pretty quickly. I feel like Elspeth's degeneration was obvious, right? It was like, okay, like I don't know, it just didn't, I don't know, I feel like there could have been, like there were some parts of the book that were so good, and then other parts that just felt so flat. It had like eerie aspects, but I don't know if I would consider this like a gothic fairy tale. Maybe a dark fairy tale. If you're looking for a more gothic series, I would recommend these books. I don't know if this is a duology or a trilogy, but the first one is The Foxglove King and the second one is The Hemlock Queen. I'm like about a quarter way through The Hemlock Queen and I love it. I did plan to finish this month, it's just the month got away from me. I expected One Dark Window to have horror elements almost, like that kind of spooky, eerie vibe, and it just did not land for me. This one does. It was very good. In terms of my October TBR, I didn't make a lot of progress. I did unfortunately only read this book. I think the reason I didn't make a lot of progress was that I just was never like really captivated by this. I never felt like, oh my god, I don't want to put this down. I had started the X-Hex, I think I've talked about this maybe briefly. I started listening to it on an audiobook. I don't even think I got like 8 chapters in. It just was so cringy. Basically everything that I had on my library TBR expired. That's my update on my October TBR. If I had enjoyed this more, maybe then I would have had more motivation to read my other books. No, it just didn't work out like that. That's fine though. Like I don't even know if I'll read the second book in the series. I feel like there could have been so much more. Like it could have been like such an in-depth world, and we just like didn't get that. There's not even a map. There's not even a map of London. So I liked it. I'm 3.5, 4 stars maybe. That's my rating. I expected more and it just did not give me more. I enjoyed it enough. I just was hoping for more. I had higher expectations, and you know what? This is what happens when you have expectations, so. Anyway, that is my take on One Dark Window. That's my review. I definitely would still recommend it if you're looking for something dark and atmospheric and a little spooky for the spooky season vibe. If you have any recommendations for gothic horror, leave them in the comments below, because maybe she's in her gothic horror era. Oh, I never even mentioned A Certain Hunger. Still haven't read that. I need to restart it. I only got like 35 pages in, but that would have been the perfect book to read this month. It can be spooky season whenever I want it to be, you know? Let's talk about our November book club book. Okay, for our November book club pick, I have extremely high expectations and I am begging it to not let me down, okay? Please, we need a good one. We need a really good one. And I don't know, maybe you felt differently about One Dark Window, let me know, but it just was not, didn't hit favorite status for me, and that's fine. They're not always, not every book can be your favorite book. But from what I'm understanding, this is your favorite book's favorite book. For November, we are reading If We Were Villains. This is a twisty, turny, dark academia mystery vibe. Don't forget to pick up a copy of If We Were Villains, which is our November book club pick. Hope you enjoyed our book club read this month, and I will see you next time. Bye.